Welcome back to Tuesdays One Chatting. We are your hosts, Derek Cox.
What up, Thurman?
We thank you for joining us again. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank God for the opportunity yet again to do another episode and another one and another one. And thank you for just your support and love wherever, whenever, for the 5 of you. We appreciate you very much. And,
5.
At least it's not 2, but it's 5. We appreciate the 5 of you, and we love to joke around here and have fun. We're outgoing, fun people, and
Yes, we are.
we enjoy doing this. So we thank you for your patience, your understanding when we take a little longer. For those of you who don't care, we don't care either. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a part of our jokes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, and then we're very serious about it. No. All right. So today's episode, we are talking about friendships and the importance of friendship, and in how there's different types of friends.
Yes.
And exactly, we're gonna break it down because
Yes.
we think sometimes people don't know the true meaning of friendship. A lot of people don't know the true meaning of friendship, and we're gonna try to break it down for those of you who are struggling
Right.
with understanding what friendship means, right?
Yes, correct.
And what is friendship? So I'm going to give the definition of it. It is a state of enduring affection, esteem, intimacy, and trust between two people. And there are 4 types of friendship, right? There is acquaintance, there is friend, there is close friend, and then there's best friend. And then we're going to talk about what's healthy friendships, what is the core of friendships. And I think, but there's a lot of subcategories in there when
definitely.
it comes to that. So healthy friendship in a relationship also means learning to respect and trust each other. But with respect and trust, they can talk about how they feel and work things out, right? People also should respect and trust themselves and their feelings so they can set boundaries and feel comfortable. So what is the core of friendship? To understand and being understood is the very core of true friendship. Emphasis on the true friendship. True. So how can you tell a true friend?
Okay.
How could you tell who is a true friend to you?
Great question. Okay, so a true friend to me would be somebody that that I could depend on. We can have an understanding of each other through the course of time of learning each other. Someone who is there, but you don't just pop up like when you have a need, right? But you can be there just period, like, so it's not where it's like something where it just benefits yourself. So many ways I can go with this. But someone that accepts you, for you. We don't have to see everything eye to eye like all the time. We don't have to be like twins or whatever. But it's like, you use the word respect. I don't think that you can have a friend and respect is not in there.
Yeah.
Like,
As simple as human beings, we just need to respect each other, and it's more important when you have a friend and someone that you trust,
Right.
that you can say whatever it is you just said, because my mind just went somewhere else. When that happens, it's like I have a whole train of thought just went somewhere else.
What's that? Stay tuned in the next episode of Figuring Out What Was That.
Yes, we do have fun until Cheers One Chat. That's
All
what
the
we
time.
do. And, the support is really, as you can see, when I'm stumbling, he's there to pick me up. But
all the time.
And that's
what we
really-
do
yeah.
with each other, and we
Yeah.
have a really great friendship.
yeah, I really agree with that 150%. So what were we talking about, by the way?
always talking about friends, friendships.
Yeah, but then something you said,
Oh, it's talking about respect.
yeah. Like I was saying, even with human beings, we just have to respect each other much more in a relationship. And
Right.
that's a relationship. It's a friendship relationship, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to have that mutual respect for anyone, pretty much in general, but
Right.
especially when you have a true friend or a good friend. It's someone you say, this is my good friend. So the respect needs to be there at all times.
Yes.
So true friends also are people that notices the little things. Whether it's whether you have like, hey, you got your hair cut today, or you got them new kicks on. Hey, I love that watch. Like we notice little things, right?
Right.
Which is good because you're paying attention, and that's what like sometimes. For females, some of them, like I would wonder if they have friends, right? Because like they're all going to a party, and this one person would look like, what happened?
Yeah.
The rest would be like, okay, they look good, but what happened here?
Yeah.
Like, did your friend is not your friend enough to tell you that you may not want to wear that?
Yeah. Well, I know what happened there, right?
What is crazy?
I can
That's
tell you what
crazy.
happened
Like
there.
I can't. Like we're all going out together, and then you're not gonna say that if my hair is whack or my hair is sticking out a piece over there, or I might got a piece of something, or I might look like a complete idiot in my outfit.
Well, let me help you with that. Those are not your friends because
Well, that I would know.
those are not your friends because that's simply a situation where it's like you might have somebody in that group, one or two people or maybe even more, that want to make sure that they are the star of the night, and they're just going to just tell you whatever that you want to hear, even though they know that it's wrong.
Yeah.
And they're not going to tell you that you should not be wearing those socks with those shoes or those boots, and that's not the one. They're not going to tell you that because they want to make sure that you do not look better than them that night. So
Well, and then I'm going to step in here and say to those friends, if you are those friends that don't, tell your other friend that they're kind of like looking a bit crazy today and they should be wearing something else. If you're those people like, you got to stop. You got to no one is there. No one can steal your light from you.
right.
Right? It doesn't
Nobody.
matter. Like you are you, and you shine differently. Like you're not going to look like your friends. So cut it out. Just cut it out because that's really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really crazy.
Very crazy.
Like my phone. It's crazy.
What phone?
Yeah, that one that keeps, it's like when you have studio time and you say, hey, I have studio time, but because you have kids and you don't want to turn your phone off, all you're going to hear is, mommy, or whatever, and you're like, but I said I have studio time, and they're like, and I'm not going to turn off my phone because that's how crazy I am about my kid. I'm not going to turn off my phone when I have kids.
That's
and
real.
it's like, but I just said I have studio time, so why are you texting me while I'm in the studio? Oh, yeah, I forgot. You know how these kids be playing like they don't remember nothing, but they do remember?
They remember what they want.
They do. That's it. So I do apologize for the
No, it's all right. This is as real as it gets.
Yeah. So, so the friends that are going to the clubs and stuff like that, make sure your homegirl is looking good. You don't want her, people like, oh, her. I mean, because that's what happens in society. They judge you at all times and stuff like that. So if you're running in that pack, make sure your girls are all right. Make sure you're there
Right.
to support them. Make sure that you can tell them their shoes is crazy. that dress you have on, girl, you look like you're going, I don't know, you're going to the fish market. You know, whatever it is, you can just say it. That's what I love about the friends that I have.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, my friends are male. You know, I'm going to keep it 100,050 times, whatever. Most of my friends are male. Like, you know, I have one or two female friends across the globe and stuff like that. But my friends are male because then I get to be open and honest, and we have that mutual respect where I can tell them their toes stink, you know, and they can tell me my ears need fixing or some stuff, and we keep it respectful, and we look out for each other like that, and I think those are important things that we look for in friend that will tell us the truth, will tell us if we're, you know, they're open to different opinions and not getting angry when someone shares their point of view of what they see or what they think of you. Sometimes we don't like to hear that, but I'm going to love on my friends who are honest with me, who are going to say this or that or that or this, not switch it all around to make me feel good. And then I'm really not good, you know, and I'm not really in a good place, because then that might have a triple effect on my life. It depends on what it is. Right? So if my friends say, yeah, you're doing good, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Then they're lying to me.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And I feel encouraged that, well, what they're saying, they say it's okay, then I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
I love my friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love their honesty and openness and all of that. So I have nothing against my female. I love my girls. I love my women friends, but I've had very bad experiences with female friends that it has put me. You can say that I haven't healed from it, but I know I have healed from it. But it's just that, and the thing is for me is that I see it happening. It's always happening. And then so I decided I'm not choosing those kind of friends no more. It's not like I think I'm better than anybody else or whatever. It's just that for me, I get along better with males, right? Especially when we have already adapted the fact that there is no sexuality in there. We are friends. We're going to respect each other. You respect my relationship. I respect your relationship, and we're good like that. Right. So that's that I love.
Yeah. And I like that you said that. Like, and you broke that down, because some people really don't think that platonic relationships can actually exist. You know, like today, and
I mean, we're proof that it does.
We are. But, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes that people, they see a friendship that's so bright, you know, for people, where it's like, you know, people dig and they feel like there has to be, you know, more. You know, just because you may dim the light with some of the people that you associate with, don't mean that we got to dim our light.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we're not doing that because we've established a good relationship, a good friendship. I call you my buddy, and I mean, even though you might not have your phone on, maybe at 3 o'clock in the morning, I might not be able to reach you. But I have someone else I could reach, but that's okay.
You supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, well, I mean, what if I'm in a situation that I need some help? I can't wake you up.
Right.
But I have people I can wake up. So there's a balance. I'm all right.
I got you back, though.
Where? 7 o'clock in the morning? I mean...
Are you questioning my friendship now?
Yeah, kind of. I'm like, wait, can I call you at 4 o'clock in the morning? No. You cannot call me at 4 o'clock. Why can't I call you at 4 o'clock? If I see you calling me at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, what happened? Rue, are you all right? Like, that's what I'd be like, what are you, like, you know, whatever. But I wouldn't call I call the guy at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nah, not messing with you. Not messing with you.
So we know that friends and good friends, they show up when it matters. And one of the key difference between a real friend and other friends is how they manage and help you manage difficult things in your life. Real friends are able to step up for you during important, stressful, sad, difficult times when you need them most. Showing up can look different for different people, though, right? Especially when you take into account how love languages affect how we show support. Right. So be sure to keep an open mind. Like, we have to be sure to keep an open mind when it comes to how our friends show up for us. Right. Sometimes some people can't be there at 3 o'clock in the morning, but then there's somebody else that could be there at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or you understand that? Like, I can't reach my friend at this time because I just can't. Like, there's reasons why. My friend may need to have an early shift, so I'm not trying to disturb that person at that time in the morning or whatever. And we normally, those times in the morning, we're like, it's either for friends, for really, really, really tight friends, or family, because nobody else, everybody else is on the do not answer this phone at that certain time of the night or whatever the case is. And they follow up. Real friends are people that are clued into your life, not nosy people. We're talking about real friends, not the people who just want to know, well, let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I want to know your business.
I want to know what's going on over there. He did say that was happening. Let me follow up on him and see what happened. Sometimes people in the back of their head, they don't want what's best for you or what's good for you, so they're waiting to hear if you actually fall apart.
Yeah. Oh, come on, she's talking.
That's what they do. They follow up to see if you're all the way falling apart, or you're like, good for him,
all
or
your plans,
good for her,
everything
or whatever
that you got going on, and they don't actually care about the plans. But it's like now they start putting, deadlines. Oh, you said that. You remember when you said you was going to accomplish this by the end of April? And now they're like, it's June now. What happened?
Mind your business.
Exactly.
A true friend will kind of ask. You will know who your true, genuine friends are.
Yeah.
With conversations, with the time that you want to spend with them. You're following up like, yo, what's up? What's good? Really, real, genuine friends.
Right.
You would know the difference of who, not the people who wants to know. And by the way, my friends wouldn't be like, but you said you're doing something in April, but it's now June. They'd be like, they will ask about it, but they would ask. They will ask about it, and they'd be like, "Can I do anything to help you advance in what you're doing? Not where is it? And oh, really? You didn't get that done? Yeah. Oh my gosh, what happened?" And they know all these other stuff. Instead
you can tell when somebody's being funny.
Instead of like, "Do you need my help?
Yeah.
Do you need my help in any way? Can I help you excel in this? Can I help you, push this forward? Do you need anything from me?" and stuff like that. So there's ways of knowing your true, genuine friends. I've had some crazy experiences with some crazy, crazy people.
So have I.
And it's like, it's now where I'm like, not because I call you a friend means you are a friend, because it's kind of like people switch when they want to.
Yeah.
They, at their convenience, when they want to.
With no explanation why.
With no explanation why. They just do whatever they want and feel that you have to sit down and sit back and just accept whatever. So
crazy, right?
Yeah, it's really crazy it's really funny how people think that those kind of things are okay.
And look at you, like you're the one that's wrong.
Yeah, like I don't, it's like, no, I'm not the wrong one. Man. Some people, refuse to apologize when they do something that's wrong to you. They think that, well, do you know something? There's different stages to this. Sometimes people would see that you're elevating, that you're doing other things, right, that they haven't thought of. Or even if they have thought of doing it, they didn't have the nerve or the courage to do it, right? So when they see you doing it, they're like, Why does he think he can do it? Why does she think she can do it? Why is she doing that? Why is she doing this? Or whatever. At first, sometimes people would even step back if they see that you're doing something new and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're like, where he think he going? Or where she think
and
she
the
going?
thing about that is, like, you don't have to have something going on in your life right now that you're working on or doing to support your friend.
Yeah.
See, a lot of times people don't understand that. They feel like if there's going to be any movement, we got to be moving like at the same time. I might not have nothing going on, right? So let me use my own self for example, because we don't want nobody to get super sensitive, right? So I could have nothing going on, right? And I can have a friend that is very active and has a lot of things like going on. I shouldn't be over here hating, right? Because I have nothing going on right now. I'm supposed to be your friend. I'm supposed to support you. I'm your cheerleader, whatever you want to call it. And because my friend is excelling, my friend is doing something, great. You have some people who won't say nothing at all when they see you like moving. And if they do say something, they say something because they might feel like they're forced based off of association. Yeah. So it's like, well, you might be in the crowd of this person and this person said this and it look weird if I didn't say anything. If you feel forced to say something, don't say it. Don't say nothing at all. Because,
people can always, true people, honest people can always respect, we can always recognize the phonies. So just don't do that to people. If you're a true friend, right? We know that sometimes trying new things, trying a new career, taking a chance on a new business, doing all these other things, there's people in your life that are going to try to do those things, right? Mm-hmm. Are going to want those things if they're motivated to do those things, right? If they have the passion to build and make things and invent and create and inspire and whatever it is that they do. Most of the times they would appreciate a cheerleader. If you were a good and honest friend to them, you'd be like, yes, go do that.
That's right.
That's what I do to the people I care about. Like, I don't care what you're doing. You could be 10 steps ahead of me. Just one thing that you're passionate about and you're going forward, putting your best into it, and you're hype and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to achieve this. I'm over here like, go do it. I'm knocking all the stuff down. But
you see what you just said? You see the energy that you said that to? There's a difference. Let me show you all the trick. So the trick is...
Don't show them no trick, because we need them to be actually...
No. Trust me on this one, right? So I'm just showing you that the two types of people, but I'm showing you the one to watch out for, right? So you have the ones that would cheer for you as energetic as Derry just did it. And then you have someone that you just tell them that you did something, you accomplished something, and they be like this. You watching me? They be like, oh, that was good. Proud of you.
Maybe they're humble.
Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't sound like you're too excited for me. Maybe
they're humble. And we understand that not everybody is there. Like, sometimes if you're celebrating at that point your achievement or your accomplishment, and somebody might be in a funk.
Yeah.
Right? They have their own stuff going on for them, and it's like, my role is already turned upside. But good for you. You go ahead and do your thing.
Go buy some spray. Like, I don't know. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. But it happens like that where and that's when you know your true friends.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what they're going through, right? Some people will be going through a whole lot of stuff. And then it's like they're going through a whole lot of stuff, and they're still coming out there to show their support. They're still coming out there jumping up and down. Like I can have a crazy day, but my day doesn't mean your day have to be crazy or my friend have to be a crazy. They're doing something great and I might be in my little funky mood or I'm having my own stuff. I'm going to sitting over there. Well, I didn't get my way today, so you know what? Forget about you today. I'm not even cheering you on.
And we get it that life, that things we all go through, that there might be there's things that we go through that other people may not know, like in this in the moment, but depending on the relationship, the depth of the relationship, you have people that are going through things, that they have people that they can depend on to talk to them and share certain things like with them. But then you have people that they know they're going through things, and they may look at you different than how you look at them, and they won't share anything like with you. And it's like, we can't be expected to always just be like mind readers. Like, if there's something wrong and you don't say it, like, I can't figure it out.
That's really not that's an acquaintance of yours.
Yeah.
Those are acquaintances.
Yeah.
Those are not true friends, because true friends ride and I don't know about the die part, because we're not doing that whole I'm dying shit stuff.
Yeah. No caskets. No.
But true friends, they always support you, they applaud your success, and they're not threatened by your success.
No.
Right? And they're also self-sufficient, right? They make time for you, and they keep their promises, right? If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And even if they can't do it, like if they say, you know what, we're going to catch up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that on this specific day, we're going to go to dinner, we're going to go to lunch, or whatever we're going to do. If they can't do it, then they call you and they let you know, listen, I'm sorry, let's do a rain check because such and such. They feel that they owe it to you to explain why they're not going to show up.
And that's where I'm going to pause and jump in and tell you that is exactly the format that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to communicate with your friend, show decency.
Yeah, it's called, that's where respect comes from, right? If you respect someone, right? Like say for instance, we were supposed to have dinner, and, we're talking about it for weeks, like, yeah, we're going to have dinner, whatever. Then something comes up with the family or my other half or whoever, and then I say, oh, shucks, I can't go no more. So I'm not going to be like, I'm going to wait like an hour before. Meanwhile, I know since last week that I can't make it no more because I'm waiting an hour for us. So, oh, you know what? I don't really feel good. Like, you lie. They lie about simple, stupid things.
That is dumb.
Yeah, like you can say it, like as simple as a call. Like, all right, I'm going to call you back. Never calls back, never say anything, and then don't even apologize. That is not a friend.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, I'm sorry for you. That is not a friend. I am so sorry for you.
It's my world, but it's like a lot of things. Like I learn how to deal with it. It's like, and you see how you say acquaintances and stuff like that. Over the course of time, we will learn where to place people, and we have to do it that way.
Yeah.
Because when we do not know where to place people and do not understand which title goes underneath certain people that we're dealing with, you will have constant disappointment.
Yeah.
You have to look at the actions and the relationship and the stuff that you go through, and be like, okay, this person did this. What did they again? Oh, okay, that seems about right. This person did this. Okay, that seems about right. But when you're giving people titles that they haven't even earned, oh, you're going to get hurt. Like, there's a lot of people that they want these big titles. They're not doing nothing that falls underneath that titles. Oh, we're best friends. How? How are we best friends? Like that, you're not moving like that.
Yeah.
You're not moving like that. You cannot be a best friend of mine and you move funny. I'm telling you.
What is funny movements?
Okay, so funny. hold on. Like, listen, you can't be a best friend of mine and you have multiple sides, and you're talking about me, and you're not accountable like for stuff, and the way that I think that you look at me as a person is only that perception in my eyes, but a whole bunch of other people already know that, like, yeah, that person don't look at you like that. So it's like, I'm the fool.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, I'm not gonna allow that.
Is that an experience of yours?
Oh, I've had a lot of experience, like in my life, like, and I'm not afraid to share it, like, and I feel like it's important because it will help other people, young or old, because we're still all associating like with people. So it will help a lot of people when you're dealing with people. So it's like, because there's certain things I definitely don't want a lot of people to to go through. So so with us sharing experiences and talking about different things that we may have went through, other people can look out for those same signs and like, oh, really? That's what that is? I don't want to go through that. Like, because I have examples of great friendships, that people, and I understand that everybody's different in their dynamic, like in their own way, but there's some people I can honestly say that won't do certain things. You can't get mad that there's people out there that won't do certain things. Like, you can only get mad at yourself because you're not being genuine.
Yeah.
You have another side that you're trying to hide, like, for some reason, and you're not being you. How do you find with not being you? You're really not tricking me. You're just miserable, because I'm gonna be happy at the end of the day, like, because I'm gonna just continue to stay on the side of the people who honestly treat me right. So the problem in friendships, relationships, and whatever, people always get mad when you wake up. Like, you're not supposed to wake up. Like, they get mad, like, oh, shoot, they caught on to the stuff that I'm doing wrong. You're mad at that? I should be mad that you was doing something continuously and you wanted me to stay in the twilight zone. And I finally woke up, and people will flip it on you and say, you changed. Like, yeah, I did change. I changed the position that I was in to go in another position for somebody that can appreciate me more. Because you didn't appreciate me. You thought that I was just supposed to stay in that same spot, get used, get abused, and you thought it was okay.
Next episode on Rudy Has No Friends. No,
No, I have.
Besides me, no,
I have, but it's limited, and I want people to know that you don't need 100 friends. Because it's smoky mirrors out here. Like, it's a lot of illusions, like, out here. So you don't need 100 friends. I'm telling you, in your life, if you have 7 solid, good, sincere friends, the value of
it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have that many that number of friends. It's a blessing to Eve. And I'm talking about not acquaintances, not users, not flyabys or whatever you want to say. Genuine friends, friends that respect you, friends that trust you, friends that are there for you, cheering you on with your success, even if they know that you're going to try something new, because change is different. Whether you succeed or fail, they're still there. They're still there, cheering you on, supporting you, and friends that have good, solid conversations, not the gossiping conversations where we talk about everybody and their mother. I don't do those things. Like, we don't. It's not like, I'm not saying I don't mumble about something. I have work mumbles and all the mumbles, but that is not something that fill up my time. Like, I don't have the time for it, right? So I look I am grateful to God for blessing me with genuine people, genuine friendships, people that I can call any time of the night, people that I know that are there, that I trust, that I can say, it is what it is at this point, and it stays there. We don't have to worry about who's saying this or that.
Right.
If we have something to say to each other, we say it to each other. If there's something that was offensive, which I haven't run into, maybe two other people in there, but not towards me,
right.
where we had, people, it didn't even leave that space. It got handled the same time. Mm-hmm. And that's what friends do. We don't go and then we call each other on the phone and be like, yo, you heard what she said? Yo, you heard what he said? And everybody's back and forth. But yeah, you should tell him no. That stuff gets settled as soon as it gets said.
Right.
So, and then everybody comes back to like, yeah, I was wrong, or I was right, or thank you for pulling me up on that, or whatever. We check each other.
Yeah.
And that's because we have grown to respect each other. We've grown to love each other. And respect and honesty and all that stuff is really, 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 really important in a friendship or any relationship for that matter. And all those
components that you talked about, you only have those components when you take the time out to build with somebody, right? If you take the time out to build a friendship, I can't have a strong friendship with somebody when we never took the time, to build. We don't talk. We don't communicate. We don't communicate. And I want to say to the stuff that I had said before when I was talking about people, about certain people, right? For the ones that that this doesn't apply to you because you've been real to me, I appreciate you, such as yourself, mm-hmm. right? Like day one, like you've been the same person, and there's a couple other ones like out there too, right? So it's like, it's not like they don't exist. It's like they know who they are, and if they watch like the video, they would know that the stuff that I was talking about before, it doesn't apply to them. You know who it would disrupt. It will only disrupt the people who are guilty, mm-hmm. right? And that's what happens, like, when you're guilty or conviction hits. Like, somebody could say something in the public about men, right? And if it doesn't apply to me, why should it bother me? Right? So it doesn't. So I'm not affected by that. Mm-hmm. So you should never get affected by something like if it doesn't necessarily apply to you.
Yeah, knowing someone for 20 years doesn't mean they're your friend.
Right. That's correct.
People, it's like, I always like to say, trust is earned. It was like, you have to earn it. Mm-hmm. You have to earn my trust. Like, right. I don't know about all that stuff, Yeah. Like, not because I know you for a million years means that I even consider you a friend. I might say you are my friend, but I know who my friends are.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes people get, I know you forever. That's my friend.
Nah.
You know me.
Yeah.
But do you know of me?
Right.
Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Right? My friends would know who I am. Yeah. Crazy as ever, but they still know I am crazy.
And nowadays, like, because it's different from like how we grew up. Like, we have like the social media era, and because of the social media era, the way that we check on people is different. Mm-hmm. And some people, they just look at it as, like, let's use Instagram, for example, right? If they see that you're active, like, on there, that is their way of, like, well, I don't have to actually call you. I don't actually have to text you, message you, or anything like that, because I see that you're active, so I know that you're alive. Mm-hmm. So that's good enough for me. So people only get concerned, like, damn, this person has not posted in 2 months. Maybe I should call them. But it shouldn't have to be based off
But that's not your friend, right? So you still want them to call you?
Yeah, right. Well, for me, I know that. But I'm just
going to say that again. But that's not your friend, right? You still want them to call you and check up on you. Right. Why? For why, though? Like, why, that they're not your friend anyway.
I wouldn't want them to call me.
Exactly, because if they have to wait 2 months later to see that you're not active on social media, they're not your friends.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
X that off right there and then. Like, we don't do all that crazy stuff. You know, I don't do all of that stuff because, like, whatever. But people just need to respect each other. I think sometimes people, adults, you know, if we if we really like to sit and think about all the stuff, I think besides our own little stress we have over there or whatever, and I don't have stress, I walk on them. But like you know, if we think about it, then we'll become fatigued and stressed out. Because like people are just doing all kinds of stuff these days. Like, I don't know what's going on with the world.
Yeah, it's very strange out here. It's a lot of things is
We have to learn not to take it personally. Don't mean to cut you, but I'm gonna cut you. I try not to take it personal because you will always know the people who are supposed to be in your corner, who you're supposed to say, now that's my friend, with confidence, because you know that's your friend, right? You don't chase after people.
Nah.
You know, it becomes to a point where like that is too much.
Yeah.
You know, you have your family, you have your kid.
Yeah.
That's where your focus should be. Not like you don't need friends. You
Right.
already have a great one right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know you have other, you know, let me see. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I know you have your other friends and stuff like that, and you know who they are.
Yeah.
But you can't be focused on that, especially if people are not trying to make your life better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not their responsibility, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, it's definitely not their responsibility,
they
but
are
you shouldn't
not
allow people to like take from you, though.
Yeah, of course,
Like,
somebody's taking from you. You have to want to give stuff, right?
Yeah.
You have to want to give a part of you and try to be there. You can try to be there for people, but sometimes people are users.
Yeah, yeah.
They just want to use you for when they want to use you. They're there. They're going to call you. You're not my friend. You wasn't there for me. You called me last month.
Yeah.
2 months ago, I heard from you. So you only call me when you need something,
Right.
or you only call me when you need me to give you advice on
And
something.
I know those phone calls too. Like, you know, it's like I try not to like prejudge, like, you know, like sometimes, but it's like sometimes I look at my phone and it's like, man, you know, the favor is coming, but there's the 5-minute conversation first, and then there's the reason to why I really called. Like,
And
right
the reason
after.
to why, you know, you have to have that thing in yourself is not that you're trying to be a bad person or you're trying to be mean, but you're going to be straight up. Like, I think that's an important part of any relationship that you can have, where you're being honest at all times. I know sometimes I might seem harsh, but there is this thing about honesty with me where I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. You respectfully, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but you're going to hear. So you call me when you need money, and you call me or whatever, and I'm going to say to you like, oh, so you only find my phone when you need something?
Right.
Go call your mother.
But you know what? That's let me defend you, yo. That's not harsh. It comes to a point where it's like we gotta stop things at where it's at, and we can't allow certain things to continue, because when you keep allowing something to continue, people think that is okay.
Yeah.
You know, you only stay a doormat for as long as you let people keep walking on you and wiping your feet on you.
It's so crazy how sometimes people are just, I'm going through a lot, so am I not going through a lot? Like,
Right.
you don't even know when I'm going through a lot
Right.
because you don't call or check up on me.
Right.
But it's only you calling because you're going through a lot,
Yeah.
and you just want me to come over here and feel sorry for you or something, or yeah, you know that I'm a caring type of person, so you're gonna keep running that trip all the time. Like, let me call, and say I'm going through a lot. The world is going through a lot.
It's going through a lot, but somehow, you know, the load is heavier for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
everybody always
in
thinks
the
they
whole world.
they bear the biggest burden when there's like other people that are really going through a lot of tough times. We have to be able to differentiate our friends, our acquaintances, our best friends, our true friends.
And enemies. That is a category too.
But
Like, so it's like,
I let God reveal those because I sometimes it's be mixed up.
yeah.
There'll be like the same friendly face that will come and actually be the one that is actually your enemy. So you have to pray for the spirit of discernment, where God will show you. And God, when you ask him to reveal the people in your life, he does reveal them. Sometimes we don't want to see it. Sometimes we ignore it.
Yeah.
And that's when we get hurt, when we ignore those things that he shows us. So for the enemy part, I will let God figure that out for me, because and he shows and they fall off like the dead leaves. It is what it is.
And what I want to say about the enemy is when God shows it to you, no matter how shocking it is, he showed it to you.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason that he's showing it to you in a bright picture and he's revealing it to you, you wasn't seeing it. Right? Some people know how to play the part so well.
Yeah.
They know how to play the part so well. God don't want you caught up in that, right? So we get shocked, right? So some people, they sit back and be like, no, not him. Not her. No. I would have never thought that. Like, no possible way. God is telling you, yes. I'm telling you, that's the enemy right there. Remove yourself. I don't care how long you known them. You did not see something for a long time. And I'm showing it to you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? See, that's the insane thing. We some of us will pray to God, be like, God, show me a sign, and then he's like, okay, I just showed it to you, and now you're like,
are you serious?
Is this really it? Well, why did you ask me to show you a sign? Like, did you want me to show you a sign that
a traffic sign, or a sign that's not your friend?
Right,
Which
a sign
one?
that you would like? Like, did you want me to just show you a sign that may not come off so harsh?
Right.
Like, some things we're going to see is going to be harsh.
So what do you think about how would you define a friendship where, say for instance, okay, your friend is doing some kind of stuff, right? Business deal or whatever, and they're joining with someone that you're familiar with and you know them. But then you're not familiar with the other party. Will you still support that friend?
You are supposed to support your friend because that's your friend.
Right.
Like,
what if that doesn't happen, though? Does that mean that that person is not your friend, or they have some personal issue that they need to resolve?
Well, they definitely have personal issues that they need to resolve, and you go into the questionable box. you know?
Am I really that friend?
Right. Like, so it's like, let's talk about it, friend. You know, let's really do it. Let's talk about why I can support this, but I can't support that. Like, if we're friends, unless unless the part of our friendship has like some kind of like limitation that I wasn't aware about, right? So it's like, so some people be in friendships and relationships like with people, and they be looking at the person like they right here, but this person is looking at you like, I'm right here. It's like, you can keep thinking that I'm here, but this is where I'm at with you. And we need to find out where people really stand.
But I think their actions will show us where they stand.
Correct.
Because people, when they're in emotional state or whatever they're feeling, they kind of act differently, right? But I'm not going to say the A word. Support.
That is hilarious. You're
They,
funny, man.
they give that half thing support, and they, wishy-washy with their stuff. And then one time they're jumping for joy, and the other time they're over there, or they're not supporting you on whatever other venture they have. I'm grateful for the people that I have in my life. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for the people that's in my life that are really good. Like, so
that are really genuine, that are really honest, that are really
very, very,
that are really
very grateful,
supportive, and
very grateful for that.
They're
Trust me, I am.
Yeah. So what else do we want to touch about here with the friendships?
With the friendships?
I think we've covered everything that we set out to cover today.
If there's more that you think that we didn't, I mean, we can dive into this, because it's like, but if you feel like we got it. But like, I know, like, this is a topic that's so widespread.
Yeah.
And it's widespread, and it's a topic that can't go away, because we deal with people every day.
Yeah.
We deal with we associate ourselves with people every single day. We have relationships, we have friendships, and there's things in those relationships and friendships where we have to be aware of.
Yeah.
We can't sleep.
We can't sleep on it.
Yeah, some people get too comfortable and they kick up their feet.
Yeah.
And then they get disappointed when they get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, it's really, just have to continue to pray, and
Stay
have
prayed up.
God to guide, protect, and give you the spirit of discernment, so you can know who you have around you and who's in your circle. And people are weird. People are always going to be weird, because that's the nature of people, just weird. They weren't created that way. They just get those stuff from whatever. But hopefully we can relate better, like differently, and we can help encourage each other, and we can pray that we are good friends to the people that we have in our lives. We can be respectful. We can cheer each other on, be supportive when need be, and just continue to push forward, because it's important. It's a great thing to have people in your life that are not from your bloodline, that can cheer you on and support you. And sometimes those are the people that support you more than the people in your bloodline.
Yeah, come on.
And then we can say, well, I consider you family. Like, we have that relationship where you can say, I don't even look at you as a friend, like, from outside. I look at you as a family, like you're my brother, you're my sister.
That's that deeper relationship.
And sometimes I know there's a lot of friendships out there that are strained, because there's people that take all the time, right? They're only there, they're takers. They're there to sometimes even steal your ideas, steal what you share with them, spread it out like it's their own. There's all kinds of different people out there.
Yeah.
You just have to pray for discernment. You recognize. There's a lot of things God shows me that I don't even bring out of my mouth. I just pray and leave it to Him and let Him work it out, because I know that the flesh is weak. People change on you. They switch up. One time they're your friend, next time they're not your friend. One day they like you, the next day they don't like you. They could see you. They could see you doing one thing, like yeah. But when you start doing too much, then they were like, "Who she thinks she is?" Like, calm down. You're doing too much. Even though they might say, "Oh my gosh, I have so much respect for you," they're sitting there like, like.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
This
Why don't you like her?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just in my spirit. What's in your spirit? I don't know. I just don't like her. It's my spirit telling me something about her. What is your spirit telling you about her?
Well, I question who's talking to your spirit.
Right. I mean, what kind of spirit is it? Is the question. Like, what kind of spirit is telling you that somebody is, especially when you're miles away. Sometimes people are miles away. Like, I don't like that one, because why? My spirit. My spirit is not feeling that or whatever. No. You have some kind of jealousy inside of you that you need to work on yourself.
Yeah. Seriously, like, real work. And when we say that, like, it's not, it's this, first of all, let me say this, I shouldn't even have to, but we are not speaking from a place of bitterness. We're speaking from a place of knowledge, experience, things that we've seen, right? So this is like no cat in the hat, type of stuff. We're not pulling it out of no imaginary place, and this is not angry talk. This is real talk, because we really would like to see things change.
Yeah.
We honestly would like to see things change.
Well, people to able to recognize themselves too, and recognize who they have around them, and be able to identify with a lot of things that we talked about. Like, sorry, I don't mean to cut you. I'm always doing that. Okay. The respect and being honest. The respect. When you respect someone, you don't lie to them, whether it be a friend or a relationship or whatever. That's very, very, very important. Yeah. I feel disrespected when people lie to me. Like, why are you going to disrespect me like that? Come on, man. Yeah. Like, I think I would love anyone 100% more if they're honest, even if it is not something that I want to hear.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Let me know how you feel.
That.
Right?
Part right there.
Tell me. Don't tell me what you want me to hear. Tell me the truth, how you feel. Express yourself.
You know what that is? That's the selfish part of the relationship, of the friendship. That selfishness where you hold back certain things and be like, okay, if I'm fully honest with this person, then they're going to have a reaction. You can't tell me how to react, right? Your duty in the friendship, if you're gonna call it if you're gonna call it that, is to be honest with me. Is to tell me what it is. I have every right to react how I want to react. You can't control that, or should try to control that, because now you want to continue a dishonest friendship. And that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want that from you. I don't need you to just be walking on eggshells and just give me whatever to just boost me up.
Yeah.
And it's not honest.
Yeah.
Some people are really walking on eggshells with people, and they are so afraid to say certain things to people because, like, oh, if I say this, I'm going to lose them. If you could lose them that easy, they weren't
They're
there.
not supposed to be there. They're not supposed to be there. If you're concerned about saying one thing to someone, the truth, if you especially the truth. If you are concerned about telling someone and being honest with someone the truth about something that they're doing to you or saying or whatever, and you're concerned about that, that is not your friend.
Nah.
That is a relationship that you need to get out of.
Yeah, because look, like, a person could associate themselves like with me, and if you tell me something that I might be doing wrong or anything like that, I look at it as it's coming from a caring place, right? I'm not looking at, and it's also how you say it too, right? So it's like, because we mentioned the respect part. So if you're just being honest and you're like, hey, the other day we were conversing with each other, and you said this and whatever, and I didn't like that. It hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
that's honest, right? But if you're feeling a way about a certain conversation that may have taken place, and then you just never address it, and then your mood changes in the relationship, but we never talked about it and we never addressed it, like, that's going to be a very unhealthy relationship, and someone's going to exit.
Yeah. Well, it's not a relationship to be in.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're definitely gonna go, because it's not real, and I only want the real, genuine relationships. Don't feel scared to leave something that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
If you know in your heart that person is not a good friend to you, that person is not genuine, to you, sometimes you got to have some real serious talk and say, what are we really holding on to?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are we really holding on to? Are we holding on to the idea of a lot of years? Are we holding on to the fact that we might have to deal like with people questioning why you and you are no longer friends like anymore? I'd rather exit if I can't fix it, right? With the friendship, because I will always try, right? Like I'm not a quitter, right? I will always try. But if there's no trying on the other side and the person just doesn't care, what are we really fighting for?
Right. There's nothing there to fight for.
You know?
It's time for you to cut your losses and keep it moving.
Gotta go.
Because you can't live like that in the first place. And like, who are these people for you to be stressing about? If they're your friends or not? I mean, if you're my friend and you're going to show me you're my friend.
Yeah.
Right? There's no, even if you have a disagreement with a friend, how could you prove your friendship more than trying to resolve that difference you have, right? Like you say, okay, well, that's your opinion. This is mine. Like, are we going to get past this or not? Because, like, I respect you. I respect what you say. Now, can you respect what I say?
Right.
Can we bridge that right there or no? No? You can't be my friend. Okay, well, then bye.
Then bye.
Like, I mean, what do you want to do at the end of the day? You can't force. Nothing force.
Yeah.
Is ever good.
You shouldn't have to.
Nothing force is ever good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not forcing you to be my friend. I'm not forcing you to even say thanks.
Yeah.
You know, if I do something for you or I kind gesture, the nice thing would be to say thank you.
Yeah.
And I can say you're welcome or not. But anyway, whatever.
Right.
But it's like nothing forced. Don't feel, for me, and anybody that know me, you don't need to feel forced to do anything. I am a natural person. If it's not going to be natural, do not bring it to me.
Yeah.
Not even a simple comment in my freaking pieces.
Yeah.
My poetry. Do not force yourself. You can like it and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Or you cannot.
Yeah.
I don't like phonies.
Yeah.
I don't like pretensiveness.
Well, we on the same page.
I don't like phonies. I don't like pretensiveness. If you don't like something, keep it scrolling, keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do that.
Yeah.
So if you do it, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I can't pretend.
And that's real.
I can't pretend.
Like, you know, this is bigger than the gram, but like it's not a gram issue, but it's like but if we're
What
talking
gram? What are you talking about?
Instagram.
We're talking about two chairs, one chat over here.
Oh, you
Everybody
said
talking about the
comments.
gram. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm talking because my mind ran there. But yeah, because people tend to do that.
Yeah.
People tend to pretend and force their way into stuff. You don't have to.
Right. You said they pretend to pretend.
Yeah, they pretend to pretend.
Nah, but seriously though, like no matter what though, like you shouldn't be forcing yourself, for any of that, like, or chasing, after anything or anybody.
A person, yeah.
Like nobody's
No, we're
not
not doing that.
We're definitely
nobody's chasing anyone.
We're definitely not doing
I like to be
that.
chased, but nobody's chasing anyone.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you crazy, right?
Whatever. I get in my crazy moods, but
It's cool.
nobody's going to be chasing after any friendship or anything like that. We decided to do this because we've been seeing a lot of different things when it
Yeah.
comes to friends. We have other people that are not friends but confide in us about
Right.
situations that they're going through, and then we have our own experience about what a true friend is. We've experienced what a not true friend is
Right.
to what a true friend is, and so we know the difference now.
Yeah.
We know how we want to be treated, and that's why we decided to create this episode on friendships.
Right.
So we can share, we can open dialogue, we can have you stop, pause, think about the people that you have in your life, and if they can, if they're worthy of being called a friend or acquaintance or a best friend or a true friend and whatever else. So we've established that when you say a good friend or a true friend, we mean someone that we trust, that have respect, that are there, that follow up on anything. If they know that you're having about to do a acting gig or whatever, they're like, yo, Rue, did you get through? What's up? They be like, we're calling, we're inquiring. We want to see that we're shouting, we're supporting.
Yeah,
because we're highlighting, we're letting people know, like, hey, check us out, whatever.
I know, like, for me, like, if there's anybody that I'm gonna call a friend that has anything going on that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes people, they don't let you know.
Yeah.
They want you to dig for it, and it's like, I'm not digging. But if you have something going on and you share it with me, you know that you're gonna get my support. I'm a supportive person. I'm a loving person, and I have your back, right? But sometimes it may not go the same way, around. So it's like, and I think sometimes in life, that's where the disappointment comes, like with some people, like when you think of like reciprocation. But we have to come to a place where we realize that what you might give, the next person may not give.
Right.
And there's no reason to get furious or anything.
You have
like
to
that.
Understand the relationship.
Yeah,
you have to understand the person that you considered your friend.
Right.
If you know, if you have a true friend, then you know who that friend is, right? So I know that I know you're a friend. You might not be like, you might be supportive, like you share and let people know about certain things or whatever. But you're not gonna be like how I might be, like, yay!
Yeah.
You might do it a different way, right? We have to see the different how the people are, like the energy, right? Like I would be like, yay, and I'm over here licking things down and stuff, and then you might be the one that are more quieter.
Right.
See, I know that. Right, so we wouldn't expect anything different.
Right,
I'm loud about stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand the loud and like the ones that may not be as loud, but it's like it's the ones where it's just like I said earlier, where it's like, cool. Like I'm sorry, like
But then I am going to say this. Sometimes people don't know how to separate what they're dealing with from what you're going through.
Then maybe those are the ones that shouldn't share it with.
Spirit of discernment, and we pray for the people that actually need to be in our lives, so that when those people come and they are there, we are able to recognize them.
Okay.
Yeah. We sometimes forget that we need to also pray for good friends.
Yes.
Pray for to have honest, trustworthy people around us.
Right.
Not just go picking and choosing for ourselves. Oh, I like her as a friend. She's a cool friend. Or I like him as a friend. No.
Yeah.
I ask God to send those people in my life.
Yeah.
That he needs to be in my life, that needs to be in my life. The ones that I can trust, that we can have that bond and we can grow together. See, those are the things I pray about, so that I don't have to bust my head too much about should she be in my life or should he be in my life. No, God is going to tell me which one, and most of the times these people's actions would reveal if they're supposed to be in your life or not.
And sometimes we don't even have to do anything, because God will remove people for you.
Yeah, he does that too.
He will, like, you don't even have to stress yourself out. God will be like, whoosh, pull this out, and now you're sitting there wondering, like, wow, I haven't heard from so and so like in a long time, and you might hear God's voice. It was like, what were they doing for you? Like,
I was like, well, you missed them? Why you missed them?
Like
just wanted somebody there?
There was nothing active anyway.
Yeah.
There was nothing there.
You have to be able to. Yeah. We have to pray for that spirit of discernment, and we have to be able to recognize the true and honest people in our lives. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that is important. Okay, I think that does it for us on this episode of Friendship, 2 Cheers, 1 Chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for subscribing, sharing. saying something. All six of
Yes.
you. We've got one more.
Oh,
From 5 to 6, we got one more.
we growing.
We love you guys. Thank you for all your love
We
and
do.
support. Don't forget to share with a friend and a friend and another friend. We have loads of things that are going to be happening this year, 2022, for Two Cheers, One Chat.
Yes.
We look forward to sharing it all with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said, to share. We're on YouTube at Two Cheers, One Chat, on Instagram and Two Cheers, One Chat. Our private personal handles. I am Derry Cox, also Derry's Poetry Launch, because I do like writing those things. And
Mine's is Poetry is Visual. That's Poetry IZ Visual.
yay! And is that all? So who's chatting in the chairs? We are. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.